This is Blair Portfolio. Let's talk about the potential, allegedly, market manipulations, and we're going to talk about Roundhill's weekly pay ETFs. Now, I've seen a couple of videos where people are upset about the potential market manipulation, but if you are an investor or you're an income investor specifically, I don't see why any of this matters. Yeah, it's messing up your puts, it's messing up your calls, but if you do what I teach you guys, put a stop loss. So then your puts and your calls and your options won't get messed up. There's a YouTuber, his channel is called Something Citizen, and he was very angry about his long put or his long call getting messed up after the random rally in the market. I think it was yesterday or the day before, I can't remember. And I'm thinking to myself, just do a put or just do a stop loss. Just do a stop loss. But he didn't think about that, I guess. So then he got cooked. And I love what this market is doing. I think that if there is market manipulation, I love it. Because all the frauds are getting cooked. All the frauds are getting cooked. All the brokers are getting cooked. All the fast money is disappearing. I love it. Because then that shows that my strategy, my way of investing, my way of thinking is potentially the right way other than the traditional way to invest. And if you are investing in good quality assets, then it doesn't matter what the market's doing. Just because Apple is down doesn't mean people aren't going to keep buying Apple products. Just because Procter & Gamble is down doesn't mean people are going to stop buying bleach. If you invest in stuff that has quality, who cares what the market is doing? Especially if you're a dividend income investor. Even if you're a dividend growth investor, I love the market that we're in. I love it. My puts on YieldMax, they still keep making me profit. Yeah, the market rallied up, but it's a garbage fund. So when the market shot up, hit my stop loss, I got kicked out, I still made money. Rinse and repeat. I put a new put on YieldMax or YMAX specifically, put a new put on them, time to make some more money. If you know what you're doing in the market, it doesn't matter what the market does. It really doesn't. Now, obviously, being a trader, it's a little bit more difficult, but if you're doing stuff that I'm teaching you guys, I don't see how anyone is losing money. And the market is really that easy. I know there's other YouTubers and they're talking about doing all this stuff, inverse funds and trying to do all this stuff. Cool, get cooked. I don't really care. But if you're worried about market manipulation, or you're worried about the ultra billionaires getting more billions, who cares? Care about yourself, worry about yourself, and have a plan about yourself. Who cares how much money they're making? Who cares? The market's rigged. We all know it. There's no use in getting angry about it. That's the point of the market. We're not in here to beat the game, right? We're not in here to beat the game. We just play the game. That's what we do. And we rank up a little bit, right? If you're playing a video game, if you guys play video games, you know there's a server and whoever owns the server makes the rules. And you just abide by that. And you might win a couple of matches. You might have a high score. But at the end of the day, who's really winning in the game? The developers. The politicians are the developers. We're just in the game. Yeah, we get a couple of scraps. But we still hit our goals. So it doesn't matter what the market does. It really doesn't. Because at the end of the day, so long as America keeps being a powerhouse that it is still, regardless of whatever political view that you have, is going to make money. America is a money machine. So no matter what happens, America will make money. If America fails, there's bigger issues than market manipulation. That's what I really wanted to put out there about that. All right. Moving forward, the margin people are getting off a margin. Margin doesn't work. Good. Get cooked. Stay poor. Because a lot of people act like they have money and they don't. I won't say names, but there's a lot of them. Or they know what they're talking about and they don't. And I've been seeing a couple of videos about this specifically, and this is actually one of my favorite ETFs, perhaps my favorite ETF, aapw or AAPL. Well, that's the actual one, AAPL, right? So we're going to talk about this, AAPL, or AAPW more accurately. And they're saying, oh, since the fund came out, since all the weeklies come out, they're bad. They came out when the market was falling. Are you guys insane? Are you guys just talking to talk? Are you guys making videos to make videos? I've seen a lot of people just say, well, they're bad. Look how down they are. And I'm going to say this, and I mean this as respectful as possible. You guys are fucking idiots. Because Apple's down by 20%. Did you guys know that? Ta-da! Are you guys dumb? Apple is literally down by 20%. Most ETFs are highly invested into Apple. So of course, AAPW is down a little bit more because it's leveraged. These people are stupid. And this is the truth of it. I would argue 80% of all income investors on YouTube are dumb. And they're broke. I used to follow some of these guys, and they still only have like a 100K portfolio. How after years? Or they're only up by like 100, like 30 bands or something like that. I don't know how. I know I'm on a margin, and I get that. But even my Vanguard is doing better than that. I don't know how. I just don't. These people don't know what they're talking about. Almost ever. There's only one seemingly authentic YouTuber. That's like Dividend Bull. These other YouTubers, they're dumb, man. I've been watching them. I've been watching Retire on Dividends. I've been watching Oracle. I've been watching a couple of the other guys, and they all don't know what they're talking about. They just don't. And the proof is in the pudding because, the past month down 15%. No, Apple's been down 10%. It's pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate there. Oh, in the past week, Apple's down by 1. In the past week, this is up by 10. People are just really dumb. And I'm not saying AAPW is the best. I'm not saying you guys should invest in it. But to say it's a bad fund when other people will promote something like XDTE or XPay or any of these yield max ETFs, then you say AAPW is bad. No, they're all garbage. It's just you have to pick what trash that you want, right? SPYI could be considered garbage. And Jeopardy would be better. Depending on what you're comparing it to, they're all trash if they're synthetic, really. So you can't say one is bad and one is better than the other. They all have their different uses. If you want to say Jeopardy is better than AAPW, probably it is. But if you're looking for income and you're looking for no caps on the upside, AAPW is better. If you're looking for weekly distributions that have an index that will fluctuate, XDTE is better. But to just write it off to say this fund is bad because it's down, the whole market is down. These people are insane and they don't know what they're talking about. And sometimes when I watch their videos, I can't even get through the whole video because they're so dumb. They're just dumb. I can't say anything other than they're stupid. And I just love that all these people that were naysayers about my margin strategy, they disappeared. They deleted their channels, or they just don't say nothing about me anymore. Or they joined the Discord. Poof. Because they're wrong. Then I see other people trying to bring up in their videos. I've seen a video where they're like, yeah, figure something out about a T-bill. No, I thought of the T-bill. That's my thing. If you Googled it, you couldn't even find it anywhere. I don't want to say I invented it, but no one was talking about it. You couldn't find that anywhere on Google using this strategy. So you have some people trying to take my credit, which is really annoying. You know, other people just disappearing. No, stand on business. You are a margin person. Don't act like, I'm a margin. I do margin. No, stand on business. If you're a margin person, keep doing your margin strategy and get a margin call. You know why? Because you guys don't know what you're talking about. You guys are frauds. And a lot of you guys are scammers. Or some of you guys will promote something and don't even invest in it. But you will tell other people to invest in it. I'm not saying any names. I already said a couple of names. But this isn't really like a hit piece to talk crap about other people. I'm just trying to make you guys see the bigger picture and the reality of things, that you shouldn't listen to everybody on YouTube. There are some good ones. And like I said, a person I'll say, Dividend Bull, great YouTuber. He's always accurate when you fact check his stuff. He knows what he's talking about. But most of these guys don't. Or the other ones, the older ones, they'll just talk about Procter and Gamble and just old man stocks, as you guys like to call that. That's fine. But I would argue the community in general, as a whole, for high yield income investors is the worst community ever because everyone is stupid. And everyone is losing money. Very, very few aren't. And I'll push it up to 90%, like 95%. Not income investors, not growth investors, but like the high yield area. They're all dumb. And they all blew up their portfolios. Or they all disappeared. So, been seeing a couple of videos about this, and then I'll show the last thing. Today, up 3%, up 4%. It follows the underlining. I don't know what they're expecting out of this ETF that pays you weekly. It doesn't do cover calls. You don't say. You could lose your money, all of it, if it drops, like any asset. So I just wanted to put that out there. And for the people that don't know, I'm not talking crap about you guys. I'm talking about the ones that have an opinion enough to make a YouTube channel and then act like other YouTubers don't know what they're talking about. When in reality, if you show proof, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't. And they're dumb. And I say that with the most respect possible. But if you just really watch a lot of these guys' videos, they're so in their own box of their own mind that they can't see anything else. They really can't. There's another YouTuber, and he's just so bent on, I remember he told me, smart investors, they don't use margin. So I explained to him how I'm using margin, and he doesn't say nothing. If you're so dumb that you don't want to open your mind to a new way of a possibility to make more money, then you're stupid. If you're not willing to change and adapt to different strategies, you're dumb. If you stay on the same strategy that does not work anymore, or etc., you're stupid. You guys get what I'm saying? And if my strategy stops working, or it just so happens that something happens with the T-bill, and I keep saying, no, the T-bill is the way to go, guys, I'm stupid. Do you guys understand how this works, how investing works? You're here to make money. You're not here to die on a hill of your ideology. You're here to make money. You take your feelings out of it, and it's business. That's what it is. But these people, these YouTubers are something different, man. They're something fierce. They're really just different. I don't know what else to say. And it's kind of sad to see, because I would prefer everyone to share ideals and everyone to be an actual community, but just a dick measuring contest of whose strategy is the best. Oh, that guy is wrong. My way is right. I'm not saying my way is for everybody. I get that. But I would argue for wealth accumulation, I have the best way to do it, because everything is times 4. If you can find another way and you can use math to prove me wrong, please do. But the people that talk about crypto, leverage, trades, traditional investing, do the math. My way is better. And if you also want to do something I've been doing, is just buy the SPY, also have some income. You don't have to be only an income investor. Because guess what? When the SPY goes up, your portfolio goes up by 2 or 4. So my strategy isn't just for income. It can be used for anything. And you can't get a margin call. You see what I'm saying, though? Just all these people are dumb. And even with this whole market, and I don't want to bit on a rant here, but even with this whole market thing, right? They're why? Okay, and some of these aren't even a margin. They just, oh, market manipulation, they're getting rich. Who cares? It's so bizarre to me that they're so concerned about other people's money rather than their own. No, it's falling down, then buy more. I don't got money. Why don't you have money? Why are you buying things at all-time highs? They're like, well, it's time to sell. Why would you sell if you're a long-term investor? Aren't you doing this for income? I just don't understand the mindset of these people. I don't. So I'm not saying you have to listen to me. I'm not saying you have to join my Discord. But do your own research, and you all will come to see that I am right about everything. I admitted my mistakes with YoMax. I admitted my mistakes with other things. But these guys just don't know what they're talking about. And every day I see their comments, because out of curiosity, I'll look at their channel. And the comments are just drones. Drones. They don't even understand the fund. I remember one guy was talking about XPay. And I like XPay. Like I said, I love Round Hill. Probably my overall favorite ETF people that make ETFs. Funds, fund managers, whatever you want to call them. They're probably my favorite. But to act like XPay is as good as JEPI, or XPay is as good as SPYI, is a straight up lie. They just do favoritism and hope and wish. I hope Misty goes up. I hope this XYZ. You guys are stupid. If you guys, they don't even look at the prospectus. They have no idea how the fund works. They don't know how much of the percentage the calls are on. They don't even understand what a synthetic is. They don't know anything. All they know is, for example, Misty is similar to MSTR. So if MSTR goes up, Misty goes up. That's all they understand. I hope it does. Then you have the saviors, the savior YouTubers. It's ridiculous. And I also want to make sure, I like that year on dividends, whatever that guy's name is, Citizen Dividends, something like that. I like his content. But his last video, he was just complaining and whining about something that didn't even matter. Take your political views out of it. You're here to make money, guys. This is what it boils down to. So I'm going to leave it at that. I've been really focused on my Discord. That's why I've been kind of MIA. But I wanted to make a YouTube video about this because I keep seeing all this stuff and all these people are just so stupid. And they're just lying to you. And their lives are probably garbage. They might have big portfolios. I don't know. I just know they won't have it for long. We've been in a bull run for a long time. And I think the verification process of the stock market of people that really know what they're talking about, they're happy in bear markets. But all these people complaining about the bear market is very weird to me. Any real investor knows this is how you make money. This is how you get rich. Oh, market manipulation, who cares? Good, drop more. Blast up, who cares? Blast up today, cool. Drop tomorrow, buy. You see how that works? It doesn't matter. So that's what I want to let you guys know. Join my Discord. There's a lot of value in there. All right. And you don't have to think like me. If you have a way to call me out, respectfully that is, do so. But these YouTubers, they've really got to go, man. They're awful. They really don't know what they're talking about. Or you have one guy, he's not even a YouTuber. I don't know. He just says what the distributions are when the distributions are already put out in an email. And I don't understand why people won't watch that. You can literally see it in your email if you just sign up for the newsletter. And he gets a bunch of views. I don't know why he gets a bunch of views, but he doesn't know how to invest either. He's like, yep, I'm just going to keep holding on WiMAX. I'm going to keep holding on WiMAX. Guys, we're the WiMAX army. Let's keep holding on WiMAX. That's so dumb. It's like you see a boat, right? And you're stuck on an island. And you're like, no, God will send something. God will make it rain. God will make it rain. And you're like, well, there's a boat over there. Why not use the boat? No, God's going to make it rain. Well, God gave you the boat. It's so dumb, man. I'm really trying to process this level of stupidity. I really am. But it's very difficult for me. I was really big into WiMAX too, but WiMAX sucks. But he's like, nope, double down. Let's keep doing it. As long as the distributions are XYZ, I don't care how much the fund drops. Well, it's getting real close to XYZ, friend. Won't last much longer. I can promise you guys, when everyone was happy about the market shooting up, yay, it's over. What did I say on my Discord? There's big news coming out on the 10th. I wouldn't get too happy. And guess what happened? The market fell. I know what I'm talking about. I'm an actual real investor. These guys are frauds. And it annoys me sometimes that they have the audacity to act like they know what they're talking about, and they don't. So I'll leave it at that, guys. Join the Discord. Bears eat, bulls eat, but pigs get slaughtered.